Hey everybody, Alexander here. Feeling those boredom blues creeping in? Yeah, me too. Well, put down the phone because I'm about to drop some serious knowledge bombs on you. We're talking about 7 ways to banish boredom to the shadow realm. And the best part? They're so ridiculously easy even a sloth could do them. Let's do this thing. Alright folks, the first step to conquering boredom is to embrace your inner weirdo. Think about it. When was the last time you did something completely nonsensical just for the heck of it? So go ahead, unleash your inner child. Draw faces on your toes. Write a haiku from the perspective of your houseplant. Choreograph an interpretive dance about that awkward moment when you accidentally call your teacher mom. The possibilities are endless. And who knows, you might even discover a hidden talent. Or maybe you're just really good at making people uncomfortable with your interpretive dance skills. Either way, you're guaranteed to have a good laugh. And if people give you strange looks, well, that's just the price of genius, my friend. Embrace the weirdness. It's what makes life interesting. Remember, there's no right or wrong here. Just let your imagination run wild and see what happens. You never know what kind of masterpiece you'll create. Okay, Chapter 2 of Operation Crush Boredom is all about setting some truly ridiculous goals. Think along the lines of, how many grapes can you fit in your mouth at once? Disclaimer, do not attempt this at home, or at least not without a responsible adult and a good supply of napkins. Can you say the alphabet backward while hopping on one foot? Can you make a sandwich with your eyes closed? The more ridiculous, the better. Plus, it's a great way to impress your friends, or at least give them a good story to tell, at your expense. But hey, who's laughing when you're the reigning champion of most marshmallows stuffed in a mouth while singing the national anthem? That's right, nobody. Just remember to set some ground rules like no permanent damage to property or persons and no calling the fire department unless absolutely necessary. Safety first, people. Ever feel like something's just off? Like the universe is trying to tell you something but you don't speak the language? Well, my friend, it's time to channel your inner Sherlock Holmes and solve some mysteries. Start small. Why is there always one sock missing from the dryer? Who keeps stealing your pens from work? What's that weird smell in the fridge? Spoiler alert, it's probably the leftovers you forgot about. The key here is to overthink everything. Create elaborate theories, draw diagrams on the back of used napkins, interrogate your pets. They know more than they let on. You might not solve any actual crimes, but you'll definitely keep your brain entertained. Just be prepared for the possibility that the answers you uncover might be even more bizarre than the mysteries themselves. Like, maybe the sock monster isn't a mythical creature after all, but just your dog with a laundry fetish. Chapter 4. Dive into a strange hobby. Let's face it, folks. Sometimes the best way to cure boredom is to dive headfirst into something completely new and utterly ridiculous. Forget knitting and stamp collecting. We're talking about the obscure, the bizarre, the hobbies that nobody in their right mind would ever think of. Extreme ironing, anyone? Competitive snail racing? Collecting belly button lint? Okay, maybe not that last one. The internet is a treasure trove of weird and wonderful hobbies just waiting to be discovered. So go down the rabbit hole, my friend. Embrace the unconventional. Become a connoisseur of competitive air guitar or a master of the ancient art of spoon bending. Who knows, you might just stumble upon your true calling in life, or at least a great conversation starter for your next awkward family gathering. Just be prepared to explain yourself, repeatedly. Chapter 5. Host a solo movie marathon. The weirder, the better. Alright, movie buffs, this one's for you. But we're not talking about your average, run-of-the-mill movie marathon. First, you need a theme. And not just any theme. We're talking movies that make you question humanity, sequels that should never have been made, or films with titles so bad, they're good. Next, the snacks. And I'm not talking about your standard popcorn and candy situation. Get creative. Match your snacks to the theme. Watching Sharknado? Time for some gummy sharks and blue raspberry slushies. Plan 9 from outer space? Well, anything goes at that point. Finally, the commentary. Because what's a movie marathon without some running commentary? Talk to the screen, yell at the characters, make predictions, the more dramatic, the better. Chapter 6. Learn a random skill online. The more useless, the better. Okay, let's be real. The internet is basically a giant library of useless information just waiting to be absorbed into our brains like a sponge. Forget about learning a new language or coding. We're talking about the kind of skills that make people say, "Wait, you can do that?" with a mixture of awe and pity. Like, did you know you can learn how to speak backwards, juggle chainsaws, or fold a fitted sheet perfectly? Okay, that last one might actually be useful. The point is, the internet is your oyster, my friend. So go forth and learn how to do something completely pointless. Impress your friends with your uncanny ability to whistle the entire theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or your mastery of the ancient art of tongue twisters. Chapter 7, Challenge the Mind, with a twist. Alright folks, for our final boredom-busting activity, we're gonna get those brain cells firing. But we're not talking about Sudoku or crossword puzzles. Oh no, we're stepping it up a notch. We're going full-on mental chess match against ourselves. It's you versus you in a battle of wits, strategy, and questionable decision-making. Pick a side, any side, and start playing. Will your white pieces triumph over your black pieces, or will you end up in a stalemate of your own making? Now I know what you're thinking, isn't that a little weird? And to that I say absolutely, but trust me on this one. Playing chess against yourself is like holding a conversation with the most interesting, unpredictable, and slightly unhinged person you know. You'll be amazed at the strategies you come up with, the moves you never saw coming, and the arguments you have with yourself over whether to sacrifice your queen for a pawn. So, there you have it. 7 ridiculously fun and utterly absurd ways to cure boredom instantly. Now go forth and conquer that existential dread, one silly activity at a time. Omega Chess curing boredom one video at a time, so there you have it. 7 ways to cure boredom that require zero effort to be normal. And if all else fails, well, there's always the internet's endless void of cat videos. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.